When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love.
Welcome to the worship service of the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Lakeland. My name is Helen Dingus, and I use the pronouns she, her. We are glad you are here, whether in person or virtually. UUCL is a welcoming, affirming community, and whatever your gender identity, sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, abilities, or theological beliefs, you are welcome here. We would love to get to know you better, so please join us after the service on the patio, or if on Zoom, please say hello through the chat feature. Our newsletter is published every Wednesday, and it is the main source of information for what goes on around here, so be sure to sign up. You can sign up in the hallway. There's a sign-up sheet. Be sure to put your full name and your email address. If you already receive it, be sure to read it to find out about all the great things happening around here. For this month of August, our worship and programming theme is recharging. Let us begin our journey together by resting in the drone of last summer and getting ready for the new year. Entering into this sacred space, we celebrate our connected circle of life. Breathe in, feeling the spirit of love in the center of your soul. Breathe out that love towards all your relations. Connected, we are whole. We're all going to sing with all of these videos. They all have words on the screen. Thank you.
This one's called Summer Sun.
When the summer sun is shining over golden land and sea, and the flowers in the hedgerow welcome
Sustaining the Tree of Life by Lynn Gardner. In the green shade of a lush forest, a grand and sprawling tree catches the sunlight. The tree stood in the middle of the village. Its trunk was so large that it took 6 people holding hands to reach around it. The roots were strong and wide, and its branches spread out over the village square, offering shelter from the rain or shade from the summer sun. Its fruit was juicy, sweet, and plentiful. The people of the village loved the tree. Children played beneath it and climbed its lowest branches. Young people knew that if you whispered your dreams to the tree, they were more likely to come true. People who proclaimed their love or friendship for one another beneath its branches found their relationships to be nourishing, and elders discovered that their sweetest memories could be counted on when they were near the great tree. The tree had been witness to so much, and when the breezes blew through the leaves, one could hear echoes of generations, laughter, conversations, dreams, prayers, and songs. Animals loved the tree too. Rabbits lived in burrows under the roots. Squirrels and monkeys lived in the branches, and bats and birds flew in to eat the abundant fruit. The tree seemed to buzz with life. One day, a traveling merchant arrived in the village. He rested in the shade and ate 2 pieces of the delicious fruit. "This fruit is incredible," he said. "I would like to have some to sell in the next villages that I visit." "Who owns this tree?" "No one owns this tree," replied a villager. "If anything, we belong to it." "Well then, if no one owns this tree, then no one will mind if I pick the fruit," said the merchant, and began to fill a basket. "I mind," said the villager, "and today I am the keeper of the tree." "What do you mean, keeper of the tree?" "We each take our turn here with the tree. We could never own it. We are here as protectors, as sustainers." "That's ridiculous. This tree doesn't need you. You can just take what you need. Take what you want. The tree will continue." But the villager couldn't be persuaded. "Sir, this tree isn't like that. We don't come here to take from it, even though we receive much. We are keepers of the tree because this is where we are nourished. This is where some of our most precious memories are and where our people have dreamed. This is where we remember who we want to become." "Well," said the merchant, "you may think this tree is very special, but it still doesn't need you to sit with it. That is preposterous." "Ah," replied the villager, "the tree itself may not need me, but what of the others who come by? Just this morning, I sat with a woman whose heart was heavy with worry. Had I not been here, she would have had to carry that weight alone. This afternoon, a tired couple came by, and they rested with me. They said they had been looking for a place like this. And then an elder came by, and we watched the birds in the branches together. And now you are here. You were confused about what this tree is and how to be with it. Imagine if you had arrived and not found anyone here to talk with. You might have continued thinking that everything you do is all about you. Luckily for you, my friend, I'm here to let you know that when you care for the tree of life, it becomes about so much more than just you." And the merchant sat for a while in the shade, thinking about these ideas that felt new and a little challenging. As the sun went down, he picked up his bag and headed out of town, whistling a song that he hadn't thought of in years. On his way, he shared a smile with each person he met, his heart feeling strangely light and joyful. And the people of the village, they continued to sustain the tree of life, to care for one another and to share their gifts with grace and gratitude. May it be so for each of us. Let us signify the creation of this sacred space where we join together to nurture beauty. Let us light our chalice, the symbol of our faith. Today, our chalice lighter is Sandy Persons. Let there be light by Eric Williams. In the beginning, there was light, infinite and expansive, flowing out from an unseen center. Throughout creation, there is light. From the steady sun, the glowing moon, the flashing meteor, the twinkling stars, and the auroras dancing in the northern skies. Within each part of creation, there is light, slowed down and held close by every cell and molecule, by each atom and element. Within you, there is light, the same light as the source, the same radiance that is in all creatures. May this small flame be a constant reminder to you of your true nature and your kinship with all beings. Please join us in singing and signing Spirit of Life, hymn number 123. Let us turn to honor the weavings of joys and sorrows that run throughout all our lives. We engage in this ritual every week as a way to nurture and as a way to heal, knowing that we are all in this together. Today I have a sorrow to share. Our beloved member, Jesse Crossan, he's gone home to be in hospice care, and his wife has asked that people come to visit. They are in Brandon. She wants everyone to know that the visits will need to be less than an hour, and that you need to call Marilyn before you visit. Her phone number is in the directory if you have it. If you don't, then you can contact me either at the office on Tuesday or Thursday, or just see me after service today. And also, he'd love to get cards if you don't feel up to visiting. So please just keep them in your thoughts and go to visit, because they miss us. So we invite you up to the chalice table to light a candle with the flame of the pillar candle, and place your candle in the sand for the joys and sorrows you carry with you today. If you are on Zoom, We will say your name and light a candle for you so that we all know that we are together and connected, striving toward wholeness.
Please light a candle for Allie and Natasha.
that time of year again. Back to school, right? But do we ever really stop learning? And as we learn, don't we continue to imagine new things and come up with new ideas for changing the world? Do you have any ideas for changing the world? In our church, we are always on the quest for truth and meaning. We are always open to learning new things and imagining new ways of being together. Lifelong learners, we call ourselves. So today, we're going to do a blessing. And we're going to bless backpacks, pencils, laptops, coffee mugs, all sorts of things that help us learn and teach and imagine a world in which our values of connection and love and transformation are revered by all. So first, I'd like for all of our students to come up. Bring your backpack or learning tools if you brought something. If not, come on up anyway. Blessing. Yeah, we're going to bless them. So this is going to be a responsive reading. Spirit of life and love, the time has come when school begins. As the students begin their studies, we ask a blessing on their backpacks in which they carry the books and notebooks, markers and pens and pencils they will use to learn. Spirit of life and love,
Let the children know
that they are loved. Now I'm going to give each of you, I'm giving you a bee because my service today is about bees as pollinators and how important they are. So I bought these. Adam, you're going to have to take one for Heather because she's not here. Because as you all may know, our beloved Heather Norby is a seminary student. As you may not know, I am starting seminary this month. So I'm taking one for me. I'm going to put it on my bag. Did anybody else, a lifelong learner perhaps, bring something with them today that they'd like to have blessed? Come on up.
I didn't, but I left this at home. I'm learning culinary arts.
Come on up.
I didn't bring anything, but I have my last 2 classes for medical coding.
Come on.
I guess I should go to graduating grad school this year.
Come on up. Students. Now we've got we should have a different slide for the next response. Okay. Through the spirit of life and love, may all of us, young and young at heart, remain excited, ever seeking to learn more and develop our gifts. Through our study, may we gain the tools to grow in love and imagination and connection to one another. Spirit of life and love,
Let us know that we are all loved on this lifelong journey to find truth.
bless these backpacks, bags, etc., and the good folks who carry them. Spirit of life and love, carry us forward so that the yearnings of our imagination, together with the knowledge and wisdom we acquire, come to fruition and change the world. Amen, and blessed be. Of course, a back-to-school blessing service wouldn't be complete without blessing those that make the biggest difference, the teachers. I'd like all the teachers to come forward and come up on this side.
Make up your mind.
I'm holding you.
She's just upset she's too young to be a student.
But she's learning more than anybody.
Spirit of life and love, bless those in the ministry of teaching future generations. Infuse their classrooms with an atmosphere of care and mutual respect, that all interactions there will be bathed in patience and understanding. Help their lessons to grow children and youth in knowledge, character, and imagination. Help us all to support the work of these teachers doing the building up of our community and our future. As they embark on a new school year, let us grant them these things: energy,
Yes.
passion, this is chocolate, and endurance. Now, unfortunately, I didn't know how many teachers we would have, so I don't have enough for everyone. But
Come back next week. When you really need the endurance. Yes. After the first week and after orientation. I'm good at holding things with one hand. I've got 4 kids. Give me lots of practice.
It's time to go.
He's like, I'm ready.
we bless you with the energy, the passion, and endurance you need for your daily tasks. We bless you with love and the power of imagination to inspire the minds of youth and youth. All right, now, amen and blessed be. Now, don't go back to your seats too quickly, because I'm actually going to have the congregation fill your bags, your imaginary bags, if you don't have them with you, up with love so you can take it with you. Did you know that's possible? Well, use your imagination. Let's do it. Please bundle up some love from wherever you're storing it. You might rummage through your pockets or look up your sleeves. I don't know where you keep it. And make a nice little pillow of love. You know, it's like, have some there. Keep it in your hair, maybe? I don't know. Where do you keep it? Come on, guys. Peter's going?
You gotta interact.
Just
Interactive service, y'all.
tell me when you're ready. Are you ready? You got some love? All right. When you're ready, to open your bags. All right. Leslie's ready. Okay. Your bag may not look any different after this, but wait and see. All right. Throw your love.
I was expecting a glitter bomb.
Sorry. Sorry. And the next time you use your bag, I hope you'll remember that we've added our blessings. Remember that the Spirit of life is with you at school or at work. This congregation cares about what happens to you at school or at work. And if you need more love or more courage, more blessings of any kind, you can always ask for more. So, here are our students and teachers for the new school year. Thanks, everybody. And we're going to sing another song. Is Our Mother is the opening of one of the hymns in our Teal hymnal, which is attributed simply as Native American from another collection of songs. This idea of Mother Earth is very important in our sixth source, spiritual teachings of Earth-centered traditions which celebrate the sacred circle of life and instruct us to live in harmony with the rhythms of nature. We often hear from modern neo-pagans who go back to European religious roots, often using a Celtic agrarian calendar that doesn't suit the seasonal changes here in Central Florida. In that tradition, we are a week past Lammas or Lunissa, the celebration of the harvest of the summer wheat and the first sign that the work of autumn harvesting and preserving for the winter is beginning. Here and now, the beginning of August is still the height of summer and hurricane season. And our school year begins tomorrow. We have several months of heat left, so let's try to use this time to get ready for the work of the new year, feeling many of us get when school is starting. Everybody get comfortable. Close your eyes if you want to. And Adam's going to play some soft music will we meditate silently for a couple of minutes. One of the sounds people think of during quiet summer days is the buzz of bees. Bees visit flowers to gather food for their hives, gathering pollen on their legs at one and leaving it at another. They are pollinating plants that can't be pollinated any other way. Honey is made by honeybees, but there are hundreds of other kinds of bees doing the work and being swatted away. Many people are afraid of bees. They fear being stung. People kill bees out of this fear. They'll kill individual bees, swarms of bees, destroy nests when they find them. People will spray bees with pesticides to kill them. But what happens when property owners have their entire property treated with pesticides in general? Their yard, an agricultural property, business property. Some of the chemicals in these pesticides will kill adult bees who are out foraging for food for the whole brood. Some of the chemicals will be taken home by those bees on their bodies and will kill the larvae in the hive. Some of the ingredients will cause confusion in the bees and they won't be able to find their way home. Another cause of lower bee populations is reduced habitat in feeding areas. Increasing urban areas with more buildings and roads and parking leave ever smaller green spaces. Many human areas are landscaped with less plant diversity, lawns and xeriscaping, and just everybody's got the same landscaping in their business lots or even in their home yards, leaving bees with fewer places to forage for food and fewer different kinds of flowers to visit. But why does this matter? There are many, many plants that have already been lost because bees are the only pollinators for them. These are the only things that go and get the pollen and take it to the next plant. There are farmers who are wondering how they're going to be able to grow certain crops because those crops only can be pollinated by bees. And honeybees, they make honey, that's great, but there are hundreds of other kinds of bees. About 30 species of bees that are actually native to Florida, and there are about 300 species that live here. They all pollinate. So as you can see, bees are an essential component of our interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part, as our seventh principle tells us, is important. And our species is causing their population to decline, which in turn is causing plant species to decline. So that's probably causing some animal species to decline who depend on those plants. So what can we do to help? There's always something we can do to help. Reduce or eliminate the use of pesticides in your yard. Research flowering plants that will nourish pollinators here in Central Florida and plant them in your yard. The Florida Master Gardeners can help with this. They have a helpline at the County Extension Office in Bartow. You can call them during their office hours and ask. They also have programs where they can teach you about these things. They've been doing them mostly online lately because of COVID. So if you're not online, that can be harder to do now. They used to do them all in person. You can make a bee home for ground bees in your yard to encourage them to nest there. They may or may not like it, but I find that a lot of times when you try to make a place for creatures, they don't like your spot, but they like a spot, 5 feet away where you really don't want them. If you see a swarm of bees, because some species of bees will swarm when there get to be too many and go find a new home, you can call someone who rehomes bees rather than an exterminator to come and kill them. And if you have some kind of bee or even wasp at your home that is causing a problem, stinging people, if you're allergic, try to find somebody who can rehome them instead of just killing them, because even wasps are pollinators. I know we don't tend to like wasps because many species of wasp are, well, they sting a lot because they don't die when they sting. But, this Earth Mother that we live on, one of the things that she values most is biodiversity. In order to have continued biodiversity, we have to do our little bits. And so we can all work together to make our Mother Earth stronger. We have now come upon the moment when we're going to share our treasures with this community as an act of faith. When we each give what we can back to life, we serve a greater good, creating a powerful beauty that can change the world. While our ushers pass the plates for your offering, our musicians will serenade us, or Adam will play something lovely. We're going to sing another song.
Give thanks for the corn and the wheat that are reaped, for labor well done, and for barns that are heaped, for the sun and the dew and the sweet honeycomb, for the rose and the sun and the harvest brought home. Give thanks for the mill and the farms of our land, for craft and strength in the work of our hands, for the beauty our artists and poets have wrought, for the hope and affection our friendships have brought. Give thanks for the homes that with kindness are blessed, for seasons of plenty and well-deserved rest, for our country extending from sea unto sea, for ways that have made it a land for the free.
Now I invite you to say the chalice extinguishing words with me as Sandy Persons comes forward to extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this chalice, but not the light of truth, the warmth of love, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and out into the world. May the firmness of the earth be yours. May the flow of water be yours. May the freedom of the air be yours. May the fierceness of the fire be yours. May all the gifts of this life, the below and the above, be with you now and remain with you always.